When we first arrived here, there was just a skinny paved area, virtually no outside furniture, and a constant stream of buses rumbling through, which used to shake our windows. Closing this road to through traffic has made it more of a town centre, and it's just a more people-friendly place.
What happened before the changes is that this is a through road for buses, and the traffic was just horrendous. There was more pluses than minuses. We just had to get over the minuses.
We had a lot of opposition to start off with, and a lot of it very justified. When you're used to heavy traffic and you've got the buses coming past day in and day out, you can't think of what it might be like without that. When you've got your own business and you rely on passing trade, it's obviously a huge concern when local communities say, we're going to transform the area. It is now completely full. We have people wanting to come into the area to open businesses, so there's a waiting list now, and it's now considered one of the better streets in the area for trade. Traffic engineers come in. Sometimes their instinct is to design for traffic and cars, and that's what you get. If you design for people, then you get the people.
There's a garden, the continual garden as you walk along. I mean, interesting places for little people to walk up, because my granddaughter's always sort of walking along the little interesting places. And we just stroll through here at the end. We don't rush through. It's just like a breath of fresh air. You can just walk along, and there's plants, there's flowers. It's quite tranquil.
Yeah, I think it forces the cars to use the natural two A roads, which we're sandwiched in between. Because I think that's what A roads are for. They're main thoroughfares. I don't think the back streets should be used by people trying to get one from one place to another. It should really just be for residents and people who live in the area.
I do think it makes more of a community, especially it seems to around here. And it's one of the reasons I moved here, is that it's much quieter, not so much traffic, less pollution. It just makes it a nicer place to live, really.
Yeah, it's really pleasant because there's, well, especially this bit, there's no cars and it's mainly cyclists, and yeah, it feels really nice and safe. It makes me want to take this route rather than possibly taking a shorter one that's got more cars and is a bit more stressful to ride down.
There was a lot of suspicion about whether road closure would actually make a difference. We had roads off our road, we're kind of worried about knock-on effect. So there was a kind of a sense that this was an unknown and quite a big change, and people were worried. Once the closure went in, very quickly, people were just massively happy with it. That they like, their kids being able to play out on the street. The real key about closures, they unlock kids playing, they unlock quiet, they unlock air you can breathe, they unlock neighbours talking to each other. So removing the traffic rather than just calming it does a whole bunch of extra stuff that no amount of speed humps and one-ways will ever do.